What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic here at the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. My friends, let's get right to it here on Thursday. 10 games there. We do have the NBA Finals rocking on Thursday, but I do have a lock on the card for you. Looking forward to that one. Sweating the Orioles here at the end of this one as it stands right now, to bottom of the sixth. Going into that. So interesting stuff there in that one. Felt like we got great closing line value no matter what. Plus 116, closes minus 105. That was a drastic jump, especially when it's going against the favorite like that. Feel good about the effort there as far as that read, and we'll see if the results can follow. Because again, I don't control the results, just trying to get in and beat closing line value, and also just overall watching the games. Yes, watching the games, trying to give you the best analysis I possibly can on a day-to-day basis to make you some money over a long period of time. But anyway, BetMGM, we'll talk about them later. Odd Chopper, hopefully you took advantage of that Dinger promo, but we got promo code Lindy, 20% off if you guys want to fire up that. Join the premium Discord. Come sweat some bets with me. That would be awesome. Producer Jacob, he's nervous. He's ready to rock with the NBA Finals. Celtics fan, Producer Jacob. Let's get to the picks. Game number one, we've got the Orioles, we got the Blue Jays. Yesterday's lock becomes today's not lock, that's for sure, because we don't know who's going to be starting on the Baltimore Orioles sides of things. I do have my guesses, and generally my guesses have been dead on. Baltimore ended up calling up Cade Povich. Sounds as though he could be getting the start here on Thursday. He was in AAA Norfolk, went through his numbers, 3.18 ERA, 75 to 21 Ks to walk ratio, basically 11 starts. He's gone pretty deep into all of those starts. So Cade Povich, better than your average taxi squad guy getting called up, if you want to know. And then Kikuchi, he's been somebody that we've been backing more this year than in the past. 3.66 ERA, 1.25 whip. 2 years ago, it was him and Berrios that we just attacked ad nauseum. Now, Yusei Kikuchi has had two abysmal starts back-to-back against Detroit and Pittsburgh, and Baltimore is a lot better than Detroit and Pittsburgh. Yet, I don't really know what to make of it, where this line is going to open, so I'm going to just focus on one batter that I think is well-equipped to handle Mr. Yusei Kikuchi. I think that's going to be Austin Hayes here, and I have three of these total on the card, three of these 2+ bases and then home run. I use historical data, so the last 10 days, and then I factor in matchup, and I kind of come up with a projected line on where I think it's going to open, and then I assess whether or not I would want to bet it there. I think if we're getting 2+ bases at like plus 135, plus 140 for Austin Hayes, really good bet there. And then from a home run perspective, that would be kind of a longer shot play. So I want to be a little bit more cautious there, but he's been awesome. Primarily, well, in the past, he was a platoon guy, but a 420 expected slugging, 46.3% hard hit. Target Kikuchi to some capacity, considering his last two starts. We're starting to see regression to the mean for him. Daniel Litch and Tanner Bybee. There you go. Everybody wants to remind me on that one. Tanner Bybee here. And I think this is, it's two like morning, afternoonish games. This starts around 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. on the Pacific, that way. Anyway, Daniel Lynch, Tanner Bybee. We're looking at two pitchers that I don't absolutely love whatsoever. And that's where the over 8 kind of makes sense if you're just looking to target something. Tanner Bybee overall, 35.6% hard hit is pretty decent. Both these guys do have strikeout stuff north of 25% K rates. That's really, really good. But these hitters in these lineups are just absolutely smashing. We've got about 10-mile-per-hour wind blowing out to right field yet again here in Cleveland. Saw it kind of switch and flip, and then we saw Freeman hitting bombs. We saw Naylor hitting bombs in Cleveland. They have been hitting bombs in general. How many times can we possibly play Naylor and Fry and Ramirez? Now, against Mr. Brady Singer here in this spot, or potentially Daniel Lynch if he ends up getting the start, but more than likely it ends up being Brady Singer. I think you want to be looking at Josh Naylor to hit a bomb as well. So two leans that I have, two things that I don't think project out crazy well. The Josh Naylor one is going to be better than plus 340 if it is the righty in Brady Singer. If it's Daniel Lynch, don't bet it more than likely, even though lefties earlier in the season, he was the best hitter in baseball through the first 3 weeks against left-handed pitchers. Even though he's a lefty, he just routinely bats cleanup. Over 8 though, I do think the game environment, you give me the over 8 at a decent enough juice, nothing crazy. I think that's advantageous enough, but not enough to make my card on a day with 8 more games that I'm more interested in, as well as well as the NBA Finals. This is so quick. Brian Woo up against JP Sears, and it's Oakland in the afternoon, but still the park is pretty mitigated. It's still a really good pitcher's park. And Brian Woo, 297 expected slugging. Come on now. Come on. He's so good. He's so damn good. Can we get the strikeout stuff back? 18.4% K rate. Coming out of AAA last season, that was his calling card. He had almost 1,500 pitches. 25.1% K rate, only 18.4% this season. A little bit worrisome there, but everything else across the board, 2.6% barrel percentage, 2% walk rate. Everything looks good. And JP Sears, he gets that bump in terms of swing and miss stuff here. Seattle, they are third in baseball against left-handed pitching, 25.6% K rate, but 98 WRC plus. I think you just want to be cautious and stay away from this one. Under 8 if I had to, but again, key number 8. Want to really pay attention to what that price is. Really pay attention when you're talking about an 8 there. I don't think it's a good play right now, so I'm probably going to pass. Don't pass on Odd Chopper. $14.95 weekly, $49.95 monthly. If you sign up at the link below for the OS Premium tools, we're talking the Positive EV tool, the Parlay Builder, everything you know and love here at Odd Chopper, as well as the Discord Insider Access. Yes, have direct access to me. Talk to me. Ask me questions. Happy to fire stuff up there in the premium Discord. I will be busy on Thursday between the NBA Finals, between 10 MLB games. Excited to be hanging out there pretty much all the live long day. That is for sure, friends. And then if you use promo code Lindy, Lindy, bang, Mike Breen style, expert picks, Discord, and premium tools all in one package. Fire it up, friends. That's $12 for your first week. Great opportunity to try it out. If you enjoy it, I think you will. Come and hang out with a very sharp community and then a kind of sharp host in me. And anyway, back to the picks we go. The Dodgers in Pittsburgh, oh man, Paul Skeens was just incredible, but almost live bet. I don't talk about live betting here ever, but almost live bet the Dodgers when they were down 7-0 after the second inning. I'm like, 7 more consecutive innings. And then the price was just absolutely egregious considering I had them around, Pittsburgh was like 95.5% win probability. I was like, oh, I'll get like a plus 1,000 plus. No, it was like plus 600. Come on now. Give me something better than that. Give me something good. Anyway, I don't really have a ton from this one other than shout out to Teoscar Hernandez, who I feel like is eternally underrated in the prop market. Even though I haven't really fired him up on a video in a while, 480 expected slugging, 50.6% hard hit, and he gets to go up against the lefty and Bailey Falter. Now, Walker Buehler, he's going to start piecing it together. I do want to start backing him, but these prices are a little egregious. And actually, not just egregious, accurate. That's the worst thing they can be, because if they were egregious, we can generally bet one side of it, but accurate is the problem that we have here. I would have this priced right around minus 195, minus 192. So not enough to beat the VIG or the Vigorish or the Juice, as people want to call it. But Bailey Falter, friends, we're going to target him to some capacity with that 478 expected slugging, 9.3% barrel percentage. I'll take a look at Dodgers team totals. Haven't bet a team total in a while. We're 6-0 on the first 5, and I do have a first 5 on this card, which I'm excited about. We'll see. Push it past 6-0, 7-0, 8-0. Let's keep it moving, friends. That'd be great. But Bailey Falter, he will falter in this spot against some of these righties. Specifically, hopefully, Teoscar Hernandez, 2+ bases to home run. So Austin Hayes, Teoscar Hernandez, and one guy to come up later. Again, the Josh Naylor one, that doesn't count because we are waiting for news there. Don't even have a specific break-even number on the home run for Teoscar Hernandez here. More looking at the 2+ bases because that has been eternally undervalued. This is my this is my third favorite play. Anyway, now we begin the lock section of the program. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive games where I have a ton of interest coming off of a lot of prop-centric spots. Again, props generally showing up on more of my cards because that is something that I just think is easier to beat long-term than games and totals. It's a fact. More surface areas for the books to cover, and as such, we're in a pretty good spot to take and pick the best spots we want. And that all being said, I think Atlanta on the run line looks really good here with Reynaldo Lopez going up against Mitchell Parker. And not to besmirch Parker, he's been pretty decent so far this season. I'd say him much better than I expected. 5.9% walk rate, 298 xWOB is really good. Does have a 41% hard hit, though. That becomes a little bit worrisome for the Southpaw here. Only 24 years old. And the Atlanta Braves, we know Ozuna, Riley, Olsen, even from the left side, Travis d'Arnaud. These are guys with massive massive power here. Curious the Atlanta lineup, how it's going to roll out. Michael Harris, will he lead off? Will he continue to lead off against lefties? I will find out. We will all find out together. But Reynaldo Lopez, he's been very good over the course of this season. 24.3% K rate and a 6.6% walk rate. I just like 6.6% barrel percentage for what it's worth. But overall, the slider is the main offering that just needs to be on. It induces ground balls and a 48.1% whiff percentage with a 137 batting average against. God, that's really, really tough for a lot of these Nationals that just don't hit that kind of pitching well. Joey Gallo, eternal strikeouts. Eddie Rosario, Jesse Winker, north of 24% K rates. Going to look at some K props here for Reynaldo Lopez because I do think the lefties that will be higher up potentially in the order are very advantageous to target here. But the run line, friends, we're talking minus 105, minus 110. That's pretty darn good here. Minus 115 on your screen. Pretty decent spot here, my friends, to back the Braves. Let's keep this first 5 streak going, shall we? Pablo Lopez and Marcus Stroman, and it is not every day, friends, that I will target this Yankees lineup because they've just been electric, boogie, woogie, woogie. I mean, we're seeing, it's 8-2, bottom of the 6th here, just smashing my Twins' faces in. Hopefully we save up our bullpen for tomorrow, though. That would be lovely. I'm actually going to check some bullpen usage. How about some live looking? We're going live to Yankee Stadium with Eric Lindquist here. Yeah, Castillo and Stoutmont. Castillo's a decent enough usage. Yeah, this is problematic. Paddock gave up 7 earned. That isn't what you're looking for. These are not the runs you're looking for. But Pablo Lopez, we're talking plus money to back him on a first 5 against Stroman. I think I'm going to do that most every single time. Pablo Lopez, his underlying metrics of a 278 xWOBA, 27.1% K rate, and just 4% walk rate. That is just worlds better than Marcus Stroman, 330 xWOBA, 19.3% K rate, 10.2% walk rate. And both these teams are going to play, we're looking ahead to the Friday slate. Every team is on the slate Friday. So any bullpen usage here, yeah, now 9-2 their bottom 6th. I think we got first 5 on my Minnesota side. Some nice plus money going in for the people here. Don't want to back my bullpen as much later into those stages. Just wanted to take a look because that was something I was curious about as the game was going on live. But kind of expect both of them to be going 5 here. That's not the unlikely part. But getting plus money on the much better pitcher, I am about that life. Also about the BetMGM life, friends. First bet safety net up to $1,500. Basically what that means is if you go to the link now and you want to fire up some NBA finals over at BetMGM for a big first bet, great opportunity for you to do so here, as well as the MLB streets or anything I recommend here. But you deposit $25 or more. And it doesn't matter if you bet $50, $100, $200, $500, up to $1,500, friends. You will get back in your account if your first bet you make loses. Yes, you heard me. You win that first bet, keep the money. Congratulations, massive hit. You lose, you get it back in bonus bets. That's a great opportunity, friends, to take a huge shot out there. Do so. That's really all I have to say. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, what are you waiting for? Great offer from them. Sign up. Only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the picks we go. We go to Great American Small Park. Great hitting environment there in Wrigley for the last couple days. And now we head to Cincinnati. Nice little run good here for some of those hitters, even though some of them haven't taken advantage of it. Suzuki, can you hit a bomb, please? That game started like an hour and a half ago, so hopefully you can do that here for us. That would be useful. More for DFS for me. I didn't end up betting it. But Javier Assad going up against Hunter Green, and Hunter Green, friends, I think you know if you've watched this program. Sorry I say friends a lot today. I know a lot of you hate me, but that's fine. He's been awesome over the course of this season and continuing to stay healthy. He throws at 100 miles per hour, 2.88 expected ERA, limiting hard contact, and figuring out ways to pitch better and better and better. He's a 24-year-old from Southern California, going to be cheering for him forever. But then Javier Assad on the other side of this one, he's been good himself. 389 expected slugging, 234 expected batting average, and yet I think the over looks pretty darn good here, and here's why. Winds blowing out 10, 12 miles per hour here in a very small ballpark, and both of these guys going to be fly ball pitchers. Hunter Green, friends, just a 38% ground ball percentage, 29.1% fly ball rate. As for Javier Assad, 14.3 degree average launch angle, looking at his ratio, 27% fly balls, sub 45% ground ball rate. Think long balls, home run plays, lots of props we're going to look at. But for now, give me the over of this game. Sorry, Hunter. I know you're my boy. 3 straight likes runs us into our lock for the day. Cal Quantrill, Sonny Gray. We get Colorado out of Coors, and one of the adjustments they have to make is seeing the ball outside of altitude where it doesn't break as much. And they had some issues with Frankie Montas. So you're telling me Frankie Montas into Sonny Gray isn't going to be a massive, massive issue? Oh, my friends. Sonny Gray's the best pitcher on this St. Louis staff. 33.5% K rate, 281 xWOBA, 218 expected batting average. Everything across the board looks good for the 34-year-old. He has been in the league for a while. This is the best he's looked. In fact, his best expected ERA so far this season, if the season were to end today, 3.05 expected ERA. Everything across the board looks phenomenal for him in this spot. Now, he did give up 4 earned against the Phillies last time out, but 10 strikeouts to go with it. I do think Colorado coming in there, you know how bad this lineup is. They're horrendous. 26.1% K rate against righties and a league worst 79 WRC. Well, actually second worst. Chicago White Sox, worse in my model, and also worst actually there, 75 WRC plus. And then Cal Quantrill shows up here. Cal Quantrill. Oh my Lord. He is horrible here as well. My sheet just decided to tap out on me. It's okay. It's okay. Just assume that Cal Quantrill has a sub 18% K rate because I remember that from earlier. He does 17.8%, 8.9% walk rate as well, friends, as no opportunity to get out some of these lefties that are starting to come alive. We're talking Alec Burleson. We're talking Nolan Gorman. Weird for me to say that the Cardinals are quote unquote hot. I'm not a hot streaks guy by any means, but I am a price guy. And right now it says minus 102 on your screen there. Plus 100 on FanDuel as of writing this right now. Just bet it. Go do yourself a favor and find yourself anything better than minus 120 on St. Louis on the run line here. We're talking 18 cents of cushion here. You should be able to find your way onto that. That would be the lock category. Anything better than minus 130, minus 128 actually to be exact, kind of matters. Minus 128, friends, is a like play. That'd be a half unit, but the way I do things, lean like lock. Some of you guys don't care, but this is my favorite play on the board. Not remotely close. And I know some people have an aversion for home team run lines. I don't care here. It is priced in for me. I will be backing St. Louis here to win by 2+ against this Rockies team back out of Coors. I put a lean like to this one mainly because Tanner Houck, he's pretty darn good. I think he is pretty darn good. So we just got done having a run line there. How about a road run line where it's minus 138 to back him there? That's a pretty gross spot. So again, minus 220 jumps into minus 102 was listed on your side here, plus 100 over on FanDuel at the moment. But drastic difference when you're talking about the guaranteed top of the ninth here for the Red Sox going up against a White Sox bullpen. They're just so bad. Now it is 5-1 going to the bottom of the 4th inning right now. Haven't had to use a reliever here for the White Sox yet. They have Eric Fetty. He's been pitching well this year. Weird to say Fetty and Flexen been pitching well. I'm not going to do a Chris Flexen joke. I don't have it in me. I don't really have jokes in me right now. But Woodford on the other side of this side, I prefer the whiskey. I bet if he's related, good for him. Jake Woodford, friends, 64.3% hard hit and only 14 batted ball events. Don't think he's going to be like crazy long for this game against a Red Sox team that has enough ammunition in the kitchen for sure. We only saw the 1 start from Mr. Woodford, and it did not go very well. 4 1/3 up against the Blue Jays. 4 strikeouts, 3 earned. Didn't give up a home run. Not really looking like crazy there. Home runs pretty looking kind of good there in Chicago here in what is it, the south side of Chicago? Just the north side Cubs. Whatever. Lean like. I haven't bet this, but I know a lot of you are looking for some more baseball exposure, and this is like right on the cutoff of like positive expected value. Boston on the run line here. I know minus 138 doesn't look great if you want to be betting 138 to win 100. I have no problem with it. Again, I know a lot of you parlay people, though. That's the whole point, is that I think some of you want to add this. I don't completely hate it against the White Sox with Houck on the mound. And last play of the day, Slade Ciccone versus Vasquez here in this spot. And a couple of different options where San Diego could go for starters, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that we are going to get Vasquez in this spot. And overall this season, okay results, 35.4% hard hit. only a 15% K rate, 4.2% walk rate. 5.74 ERA doesn't look good, so bad results there. 5.41 expected ERA, that's bad too. But there's some metrics that I think look okay. First off, walk, he's avoiding the walking, and then the sinker curveball actually look okay. I have a decent breaking run value on him, as does Baseball Savant, so don't know what to make of that. But we're actually going to be looking at Slade Ciccone here, because Slade Ciccone, I do not believe is as good as what we've seen from him. Only a 17.4% K rate, but a 220 expected batting average is good. 5.4% walk rate is good. Sub 37% hard hit is good. 3.63 expected ERA is good next to his 5.59 ERA actual, but he's having some lefty issues. And I do think that there's a chance we get a really nice number on Jake Cronenworth here. We'll see how things pan out for him against the Angels, where Jake Cronenworth plus 600 in a home run. That ended up there for me, but I think this is a pretty decent spot, friends, to target our last guy, third one potentially here. First lefty that we throw into the mix in the 2+ bases department, Jake Cronenworth. We're going to also take a look at those homers. I better be getting better than plus 800. That's a wild thing to say out loud. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks in the MLB streets. Head to the comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for this lovely 10-gamer we have before us. Check out NBA Lindy's as well. Excited to be breaking down the NBA Finals for you. Thank you, producer Jacob. I'll see you guys next time. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Thursday.